and welcome to another review of... Is that Call of Duty Zombies? Is that... No, it's Dead Space 3. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, beginning of the game, snowy, windy, suit, badass, boom, Tim. I like Tim. Unfortunately, we don't really get the chance to see how badass Tim is, as he pretty much gets killed by this guy in like 15 minutes of the game. Alright, enough about Tim. Enter Isaac Clarke.
For those of you who never played Dead Space before, Isaac Clarke can be simply described in 2 words: badass.
On the other hand, for those of you who did play Dead Space before, you'll feel right at home, as he's pretty much still our, lovable Isaac, who sometimes just drifts beyond the borders of sanity. Speaking of sanity, how insane does this look? That's right. The game, as you can see, looks beautiful. The visuals are fantastic. Nothing that will really blow your mind, but just enough to make you stop playing for a second and say, holy shit, that looks cool. And even though you'll be playing pretty much most of the times through metal corridors and hallways, the lighting in this game will make it seem as less repetitive as ever. The enemies, on the other hand, are pretty much the same, with, some new ones chucked in. But you know what, hey, if something ain't broken, don't fix it. Right? Right? Right! Alright, let's jump on to the gameplay now. Anyone who has ever played Dead Space before should straight away feel right at home with it. I mean, everything from the character movements to the shooting is pretty easy and straightforward. Also, I do have to mention the flying, pretty much my favorite thing in the game. But sometimes it can get a bit intense, trying to hit or like defend from 2 monsters while one is in front of you and one is behind you. But you know what? I think that's what this game is about. It's about making the player panic. It's about making him feel pretty much fear every time he has to confront one of those freaks, and it's about almost getting killed and just coming back to the corpses and just stomping on them like 20 times. So you make sure that they're dead. And all in all, I think that's what this game is all about. It's about making the player think he's Isaac. And, that's what this game does so well. I mean, every jump scare that you have in there is so well placed. It's so right on the spot. Every time you'll get scared. I don't remember playing a game in a long time that pretty much made my stomach crunch with fear and anxiety. And it felt good, actually. But pretty much like any other jump scare game or even a horror movie, what they share in general is the sound. And boy, let me tell you, the sound in this game is nothing short but perfect. I'm not usually the one who will go around listening to like game soundtracks and stuff, but in this game, like the music, it literally stopped me a couple of times, like while I was playing, just so I can hear it. It was that good. Alright guys, so let's look back. We have the gameplay, which is pretty much the same old, which is awesome. Then the visuals, it's pretty much everything that you would expect from Dead Space 3 and then some. And finally the sound or the music score, which pretty much exceeded my every expectation. I just think it blew me away. Alright, so a lot of you will notice I haven't really covered the story in this video. And that's because I do believe that the story should be uncovered right before the player's eyes, as he's pretty much playing the game for the first time. And pretty much the final verdict is you should buy this game. So buy this game. Buy this game.
Buy this game!